Hello and happy time zone flame fatales. I am BeamQueenSol. I am actually joined by a sort of a friend. Terpretor, if you'd like to kind of introduce yourself alongside.
Yeah, hi. My name is Terpretor, but that was my father's name. You can call me Terp. I'm really excited for this run.
Now, before we actually start this run, we did have a color bid war. I'd like to go ahead and close that, and let's see what we're going to end up doing here.
Absolutely. The final winner with $135 was Purple. Thank you so much for donating for that color bid war, everyone.
Make sure I got it right. Perfect. And there you go.
Beautiful.
He is very purple now. And with that, let's actually get this run going. So time will be starting in 3, 2, 1, go.
Woo!
Now we're gonna skip this cutscene. It's not super important. It's just some dragons being interviewed. They decided to kind of trash talk Dynasty to North, and he turned them into statues. You know, as you do.
Yeah.
So things are gonna kind of like kick off from the start. So I jumped into that. We're gonna skip that cutscene. He's just gonna tell us, "Hey, go save some dragons." That's really it. And by jumping into that, we actually can skip that. Otherwise, it is unskippable and it's just very long. Also, we do have the game is a little on the slow side with loading, unfortunately, despite my best efforts. But once we finish loading things in, you will kind of get like a very like general gist of. When I say a lot goes on in Spyro, I mean a lot goes on. Like, just for example, like I'm gonna start running this way. We're gonna deal with this enemy, get a few gems, grab these two, hit this enemy, grab this dragon real quick. Skip this cutscene because we ain't got time for that. Turn around, go off this way towards another dragon that's gonna be very close by. Get a few more gems alongside that. Hit a few chests, you know, again, as you do, because you know what, we got a Hordestone treasure along the way.
I love how you immediately start zooming. It's so good.
Yeah, and then we have one more dragon we're going to grab here. Hopefully, there we go. Took a little second there, and then we leave. That's it. We're done with the stage. The game is very quick about pretty much as soon as you collect something, it's basically saved it. And there's a lot we're going to need. We're going to need a total of 6,000 gems across the game. We're going to need 50 dragons, which we'll have that pretty much once it's relevant, and 5 dragon eggs, which most of those will be getting in the third hub world. So that'll be a little ways from now. But as we get into Town Square, there will be another little trick we're going to show off. It's a thing called Fairy Proxy. The very short version is by trying to stand in near a dragon after I've saved it. If it pushes Spyro just a little bit, it'll pop me on top of it, kind of like trying to basically put them on top of a statue that no longer exists. You'll kind of see what I mean if I did it correctly. If I don't do it correctly, one of two things will happen. Either nothing happens, which is fine, we'll just redo the thing, or Spyro will go off into the stratosphere. We'll see which one actually happens. Okay, that looks so good. Fun. It should be, yeah, perfect. That is Fairy Proxy. We only have to do it once, and it's just so we can get here sooner, because otherwise we have to go all the way around the stage. It's very slow, and this is way better to actually do, and that was a little bit spicy on those bulls, but it looks like we're fine. We're just going to grab our friend Alvar here, grab a few more gems so we can kind of make sure we're good on those. There's not a lot in Artisans, but every little bit helps, especially early on. And in fact, thankfully we did a couple extras just for nice measure. By the way, that's an extra there you probably just heard, and don't worry about it. Anyways, we're done with Artisans, so I'm gonna use the guidebook, go back to the hub real quick, so I'm actually, I don't have to go all the way across. And we're gonna go grab Delvin right here, and then we're actually done with Artisans. We're going to go to the Balloonist and go on to the next hub. And while I do that, since there's going to be some time between me doing that and also just loading streams. If there's any messages or donations, this would be a great time for them.
Absolutely. I just want to give everyone a heads up. We have a new bid war open for that run of Sonic 3 Angel Island Revisited that's happening tomorrow morning. This bid war will let you pick the soundtrack that will be playing in the background. Your choices are Sonic 3 and Knuckles, Sonic Adventure Series, Sonic Frontiers, and the Night Series. So if you've got some specific jams you want to groove out to tomorrow morning, be sure to get your donations in. Go down to the incentives section at the bottom of gamesdonequick.com/donate. Be sure to select your incentive and pick which soundtrack you want to listen to when Sonic 3 Angel Island Revisited is played tomorrow.
Yeah, I saw some of those options. I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of didn't know Frontiers had its soundtrack in there, and I'm not gonna lie, that soundtrack's pretty good.
Would you say that that's your choice if someone wanted to be donating in your honor?
It would be. But,
all right, you heard it, chat.
Seriously, if you haven't give the soundtrack for that game a listen, it is honestly very good.
And get those donos in. Let's go.
Absolutely. While we're loading, do we have time for another?
Definitely.
Absolutely. I have a $50 donation from Riku Apologist who says, whenever I see those gorgeous tapestries, I have to donate. And that's in reference to that absolutely beautiful Kingdom Hearts reflection tapestry that's available with a $50 minimum donation. You're entered to win that prize. There are tons of other amazing prizes available. You can check them out at gamesdonequick.com/donate when you're putting in your donation. You can see just how much you need to donate to be entered to win those prizes.
Yeah, so the different Twitch summer of what's just gone on. So there were different kinds of chests. Like you have ones that require me to use the fire attack 3 times that spins out a little fan. That's how I hit that chest earlier back in Town Square. There's ones where they pop a jump out, but I have the jump kind of intercepted as it's in the air to actually collect it. We actually have different enemies here. Some of them have shields where I can't use the flame attack, but I can charge into them. Similar for chests like these. And we have this little thing called Tritanium Jump. Good, we got it first try. We don't have to have the embarrassing vault back to compensate for that failure.
GG, big claps. So so this is any percent. So you're doing 50 dragons. How many dragons are there total?
There are 80.
Okay.
There's 80, but it is set up in a way where you probably won't hit 50 until you're in the hub where you actually need 50. The run itself, we have this routed to where you don't have to worry about that. You get your 50 of like right at the end of the hub. You're actually kind of safe as long as you don't mess up on your counts. Kind of the same deal for gems and eds. Eds are less relevant because once we get 5 eds, we're done. We don't have to worry about them for the rest of the run. In fact, no more show up after that. They're very much like they're very much the magic keeper saying just like, oh, we need our dragon has been stolen, get them back for us. And once you get through that hub, there's no more because you presumably have them all. Or in this case, you got what you need. Speaking of, that's another edge thief. You can easily tell they're around because they're do that little thing, go and stuff, and it's a great indicator, but also you kind of just want to go after them after that, because it's like, how dare you tease me?
Honestly, I remember that as a kid playing this on the PS1. They drove me nuts.
Yeah, this is actually relatively new for me. I hadn't played this series at all until earlier this year, funny enough, when I had to learn this for another event. And very quickly, I kind of understood the point of those, where it's like, yeah, I see what they want you to do. Go after them because they're going to tease you until you do, and then they run.
As they would.
So we're gonna just grab Enzo here real quick, and we do have a little bit of a, I'd say a somewhat tricky jump, but it's not as scary as it looks.
Nice.
But as long as we're careful with the blind, we'll be fine. That's fine. And I did see a question about NBS. So NBS stands for No Balloonist Step. There was a giant step in this game that you would do in Peacekeepers. And the short version is you effectively throw yourself into a different balloonist that can take you to anywhere else in the game, and you would go straight to the end and skip everything else. It's a much shorter category. You don't end up doing as much. You really just get the 10 dragons and nothing else. This run by comparison, you do a lot more. You show up with like pretty much the whole game. In fact, we're going to have like a flight stage coming up, or as the later days were called them, the later days were called these speedways, because there's a little more to them. But the very short version is these are stages where you go through different things or attack certain objects, and the game asks you to do this within a time limit. If you fail the time limit, you will get whatever you manage to complete out of them. But there is bonus gems for doing all of it in one go, so ideally we want to do this in one go. But while I am doing this, since I do need to kind of focus to make sure I don't mess these up, because if you mess up, you have to restart them, this is a great time for more messages and donations.
Absolutely. We're getting lots of donations in. Not a ton of comments. A lot of people are feeling a little quiet this hour of the evening. That's totally fine, but we would love to hear your love for Soul. We've got a $50 donation from Ragnarokette. No comment on that, but Ragnarokette, thank you so much for your donation. A $50 donation from Mecha Link as well. Again, no comment, but Mecha Link, thank you so much for that donation. Again, all of your donations are going to Malala Fund, so it's an incredibly worthwhile cause. Just go to gamesdonequick.com/donate to make your donation.
You can feel free to give more if there's any.
Oh, you got it. I even have some of messages. I've got
awesome.
A $25 donation from Edward Malice, who says, love the Fatals marathons every year. Thank you so much. We do too. And a $5 donation from The Magic Man, who says, hello, everyone. Been an awesome week so far. Good luck to the rest of the runners. Keep on keeping on.
Oh, there's definitely going to be some good stuff coming up. Also, I'm going to take this part a little bit safer because there's a riskier strat you can do that is faster, but if you mess it up, again, you might go into the water, and that means restarting the entire stage.
I was about to say.
Yeah, this late in, you don't want to do that. You want to just kind of play it a little bit safer if you can. Spyro went through that for some reason. I don't know why. That's never happened before.
Wow. So if you do touch the water, it's a one and done. Like you have to restart it.
It is automatic failure. You have to start it over.
Oh, that's so intense.
It really hurts when it happens. Because if you right at the end, you lose like up to like a minute because you have to redo like the entirety of it.
Oof.
So this is what would be one of our first like kind of boss stages. Like there's a character called Dr. Shemp. You would attack him a few times. He would get some gems. We don't care about those because unfortunately this is early game, and early game bosses don't actually give you a whole lot. So instead we're gonna just grab some quick gems. We kind of really just want the dragon at the right before him, and once we get that, we're just gonna kind of leave. We don't have to deal with the bosses at all. It's the bosses are kind of optional. The later ones do give us way more gems though.
Okay, so will you go for bosses in the future then?
Yes.
Okay.
There's one I didn't touch at all. There's actually a boss in Artisan called Post-Theme. It's completely not worth it. Shem, we just want, like I said, we want the dragon, the gems we get on the way there, which is good. And that's pretty much it. The rest of it we basically do like the whole stage.
Okay. Just zooming. What are the controls that are used for this, like, to zoom all over?
Pretty much all I'm doing, for the most part, is, like, holding down the X button, which, for me, lets Spyro kind of just do that charge move. And then mostly I'm just kind of, like, maneuvering like I need to.
Yeah, steering them clear of bonks.
Yeah, to if you bond, it's usually not a big deal if you bond unless you're, like, gliding, and that can be bad, depends on what's happening in the moment. It is definitely bad news if I bonk when I want to reach a platform, because if the best case is I just land and I have to try it again, the worst case is that is over a pit and I'm going to die. And we don't like that because that's slow. And we're trying to go fast here, our time matters.
True.
I
This is a
think
speed
that's
run.
what the frame saver saying has been saying.
There are just constantly enemies. Are they always there, or is it RNG?
They are always in the same spot every time.
That's nice.
In fact, the game has very little RNG, if any. It's very much down to just your execution and routing and just making sure you do things right. Again, most of the time, if you do mess up, it's usually not a big deal. Honestly, even if you die, it's not the end of the world. Like, at worst, you'll come back to the last dragon you saved, the little pedestals you see. But otherwise, unless you're in the hub is weird. Sometimes, if you haven't saved the dragon or hit another checkpoint, it'll send you back to the start of that hub. Trust me, you don't want to have that happen. I actually had that happen in a run earlier today where I messed up a jump and died and had to like start from the beginning of the hub to get back and lost like 30 seconds. It's not fun.
Yeah, can't imagine it would be.
Oh yeah, these ones are also kind of too big to actually take down normally, so instead we just pushed them and, we'll let this just kind of do the work.
Yeah.
And do this little tricky jump. Okay, we got it. Nice.
Nice. GG's.
And that is pretty much it for Peacekeepers, and we're going to leave that stage right before that enemy decides to throw a snowball at me.
Good call, good call.
Sometimes if I'm slightly slow, they'll actually get the attack off. I'll take damage and then leave the stage, and then it's like, oh, that's unfortunate. And you would see sparks be a different color if that happened. Sparks being both our health and our way of collecting gems a little bit quicker.
A little fairy guy.
And that is unfortunate. That is also unfortunate. There we go. We actually got it. First try.
Good job, good job. Dang.
But while we load in this next area, if we got any messages, definitely feel free to dip them, because it will take a few seconds.
Like you're reading my mind. I was just about to ask. I've got a $10 donation from Toronite that says, "You got this, Soul. Been fun watching the run so far and all the other great runs this week. Can't wait for the rest of the run and marathon."
Yeah, also small shout out to Toronite, because I know he also does Spyro stuff. Anyways,
Love that love coming in for the community. I just wanted to update everyone and remind you, when you're putting in your donations, make sure you're selecting under incentives your soundtrack choice for the modded soundtrack bid war for Sonic 3 Angel Island Revisited. Sonic Frontiers is the runner's choice, so when you're putting in your donations, if you want to support Soul, make sure to put them in for Sonic Frontiers.
Yeah, or if you don't, you can choose the other ones. Honestly, all of the options are very solid. I just kind of like Frontiers a little bit more. I was like, oh, that sounds neat. Besides, it all goes to charity, so it's honestly worth it.
True.
Absolutely.
This game is so colorful, and you're picking up lots of gems. What are the different gem counts for each one?
Right, so reds are worth 1, green or 2, blue or 5, yellow or 10, and we have like a kind of purplish magenta looking one, and those are 25.
Nice.
That last one is generally on the rarer side. Usually you're going to find at most like the 10, like I just grabbed right there. Let's make sure I don't mess that up. Okay, we're good. I didn't quite get it. That's okay. Thought I could actually save myself, but yeah, that's fine. It happens.
That was really rude of that wizard, to be honest.
Yeah, the druids are kind of the best way to put it. The druids are mean. They like to kind of make things move on you and kind of trip you up that way. But you're seeing right there. Oh, okay. I'm glad I waited. Yeah, if I had moved right then, he would have put that in front of me. I would have bumped into it, and that would have been it. The druids again, very mean.
Yeah.
Give it a second. It'll be fine. I'm gonna just talk to the dragon real quick while I wait.
That's scary.
Yeah, so... Oh. Okay. We're just, it's fine. We did
What
plenty
just
of extra
happened?
gems. It's not a big deal.
What just happened there?
So because I hit that in a certain way, the gems and the chest just kind of went off into the sky somewhere, and I don't know where they are anymore.
Oh no, was it a
The chest
glitch?
fell down, which is fine, but the chest didn't. So we're just not gonna get those. Thankfully, we do get extra gems. We know some extra gems if we do need them. We should be fine.
Always
Cool.
get us some backups.
Has that ever happened before?
It has happened a few times before.
Aw.
I regret to inform you that has in fact happened before. It's just rare.
Unlucky. Marathon luck.
That's marathon luck for you. It's fine. It happens.
While we're loading, can I butt in here for a sec?
Yeah, go ahead.
I've got a $25 donation from Turkey12 who says lots of fond memories of the first Spyro. Had to donate. We had a memory from Spyro a little bit earlier as well. I'd love to hear chat's memories of Spyro in your donation. So get those donations in. Give me your memories of Spyro, your nostalgia. I want to hear it.
Yeah, I know this series is very nostalgic for quite a few people. So honestly, it's nice hearing it. I've definitely had others like even in my chat like kind of talk about it a little bit, and or they grew up with it, and I've known them for a while, so wasn't surprising to hear it come up.
Yeah. It was so fun and nostalgic growing up, like seeing this now and remembering going to my friend's house to play on her PS1, putting Spyro in, and just absolutely not being as good as you're doing now. But yeah, it's always been a good game.
Yeah, honestly, like playing through the trilogy has been a treat. If I had played these on PS1, I would have been all over them at the time.
Yeah.
But like I said, I didn't start playing these until earlier this year, and in fact, 2 and 3 are even more recent. It's been within like maybe a month,
Oh wow.
That's a little unfortunate. Should be fine that there is health we can grab. In fact, we're going to be grabbing it. It's fine. You got to see all of Sparks' colors there. The short version is we have 3 hits on Sparks. It goes from green, blue, and yellow. Yellow being max health. And then if he's hit when he's green, he disappears, and unfortunately, that also means we have no way to easily grab gems. We have to do it manually, which really sucks. It's not fun. So ideally, we don't have Sparks in bad shape.
Does he come back, or?
He will come back if we find a butterfly.
Okay.
So luckily, if we find health, we'll be okay, but it's still just not fun until then, because it's like, again, you have to collect them manually. Collecting gems manually is surprisingly rough.
Understandable.
And we're gonna have a little bit of a supercharged section here, so you're gonna see kind of these little flames come up. I'm gonna ram into those. That's okay. I'm going to kind of just take one little damage boost to get that. It does mean Sparks is going to be a little precarious, but that's okay. He's still around, and that's all that matters.
True. I love a good damage boost, though.
Yeah, I don't end up doing too many of them because one health's kind of limited. It's not. Sometimes it's a little out of the way to get it, and honestly, most of the time we just don't need it. Speaking of supercharger, we're gonna have another little spot here. We're gonna do these, and then come over here, get that one, get this gem. That's the 25 I was talking about before. I'm gonna get rid of these 2 so they don't do anything to me, and plus this is an easy 15 gems, and then we're gonna go in here. Over to Wizard Peak, and we're gonna have even more supercharged shenanigans. But before that happens, if there's any messages, feel free to dip them, because it will be a little bit before I get there.
Absolutely. I have a $25 donation from Crepe Goat. No comment on that, but I also love the name Crepe Goat. I wonder if the goat is eating crepes or if the goat makes crepes. I want to hear your opinions, chat. Please get in your donations letting me know which one you think.
I think it's both. I think they make and eat them, because I mean, the crepes. Why wouldn't you?
That's fair. If you're making crepes, you'll probably be eating them.
Okay, good. I didn't get hit by that one.
I also wanted to point out we are just over $500 away from hitting $65,000 for the event. so far, and I would love to see that before the end of this run. I think we can do that, chat. I think that's totally doable.
Definitely.
That would be a great milestone to hit before the end of tonight. Also, that exit doesn't actually run. Also, we're going to take an intentional death here so we can actually get back to the checkpoint. Somebody has just raised the idea, what is the goat made of crabs? And I don't know if I want to think about that one.
That does not seem like a structurally sound goat.
No, it doesn't. A little bit of charge into that chest for another quick 25 gems, and that's our second to last dragon for the stage. These enemies are gonna get kind of bonked by our bid friend here because they are in the way and they try to taunt the bid friend, and you don't do that.
Oh no, enemies against enemies. Does that mean they're your friends or?
I don't know, but they're well, no, they still kind of want to hit me, so probably not.
Yeah, that's fair.
By the way, that was our last edge, and some of you probably noticed is I kind of made sure I'm in the air when I grab them, and that is because there is a little cutscene that plays when you did an edge. It does like a whole thing where it kind of like spins around Spyro's head and then he collects it. That wastes time, so if we jump, it just immediately comes to us, and that's it.
There's lots of strats in this speedrun. That's so cool.
But that is the last edge. We don't need any more. We could leave the hub if we want, but we don't want to just yet because there's more gems we need and more dragons, so it'd be kind of a waste to just kind of leave them. So we're just gonna quickly get some more. We're gonna go into our next flight stage. This one is definitely got a very rough start. Definitely feel free to keep going with the donations.
Absolutely. I have got a $25 donation from Yarn Yoshi 13 who says, watching Beam Queen play really lights a fire under my butt to go back and replay the collection. You're doing great. I also have a $25 donation from Murby. I assume it's pronounced Murby, like it's spelled like Kirby, but with an M. Murby.
It is.
Oh, okay, there you go. Sol, it's great to see you, but I've got to go.
Yes, yeah, we call that the Cletus. So there's a dragon I'll be saving eventually called Cletus. He has like if you save him, he has the message of thank you for releasing me, Spyro, but I have to go. He is one of the dragons you have to re-rescue in the final hub.
Oh my god. Yeah, let me just go turn into stone again.
Yeah, some of the dragons actually try to confront him themselves. They just get turned to stone again, and Spyro has to like save them a second time. In fact, one of them we do actually have to save, else the final boss stage won't actually open for us. Oh. Funny enough, it's not Cletus, it's Delvin that one happens to.
Do you have a favorite dragon you save?
Honestly, not really, because there's a lot of names and I haven't really thought about it, but I do think Cletus is probably one of the funnier ones because he's more direct about, like, no, I'm going off to take care of this myself, and then kind of just doesn't go well for him. Also, the reason we didn't take that dragon on the way there is because we fly through that statue as we exit, and we can just save him for free.
Nice. Do you have a favorite stage?
Honestly, Tiny Treetops, which will be coming up in a bit. But I did mention, like the last time we had to do a boss confrontation, we didn't really care about them. This time we do. Blowhard has a lot of very easy gems to collect, and Blowhard himself isn't that hard of a fight. Really, most of the fights in this game aren't really difficult. It's more about kind of chasing them to an area and attacking them, and that's kind of it. I'm gonna make sure that doesn't hit me because these enemies can be very mean about that. Yeah. So we're just gonna grab those. I'm gonna wait for their attack. I'm gonna take care of them now so they don't try to do that again. I'm gonna wait for those two because they'll do the same thing, and I'm gonna just kind of be careful, make sure they don't hit me. Hit these two. There we go. There's Blowhard. Hi, how you doing? Thank you for the 10 gems. I'm gonna quickly jump here, and I'm going to make sure he doesn't hit me because he is actually he is still physical, and he can push me into the water here. We don't want that. It's happened. It's honestly very scary.
Yeah. And blink if you miss it.
Yeah, it's very blink you miss it, but honestly a lot of stuff in this run is kind of that way. Just trying to play it a little safe, make sure we get the gems, and kind of go over here, do a quick U-turn, grab the other two things right here, and we're gonna hit our second hit on Blowhard. So I did the jump. There we go. He's just gonna kind of speed off to the final spot. I'm gonna grab these, and as long as I do this right, we should get the quick kill. And we got the quick kill. Nice.
Let's
I'm gonna grab
go.
these extras, and then we're done.
Claps in chat for the quick kill.
If we don't do that, he goes like really high up, and I have to wait for him to come back down. It wastes a couple seconds. But we actually end up getting almost every gem on that stage. There's 400 in that stage. We did all but like a few.
Wow.
Would you like to go?
It's nice that the boss gives you a gem every time you knock him down.
Weirdly enough, not all of them do.
Or like that one did.
That one does. The remaining two actually don't. Just Metalhead doesn't really drop any. In fact, it's enemies that he can fling at you. Those drop gems. Jacquez doesn't until you defeat them, and North does. But North's kind of a unique case, I guess. Because you have to like more actively chase him. I see somebody mentioned Cyprin. Yeah, that's actually one we're going to be saving shortly. It's kind of a shame I have to I skip all of these. Cyprin's pose is kind of great. In memory serves, Cyprin is very much like draw me like one of your French dragons.
Oh, no. And you say you do or do not save that dragon?
We do. It's the last dragon. It's the last dragon in the stage. It's actually the one we did where it's like all dragons saved. It's also one where we keep going into stage a little bit after we do that. This is where things get a little bit more hairy. These ones like to fire energy shots. These ones have giant stun batons for reasons I don't really know and I don't really want to find out, and I'm not going to find out anytime soon. I'm going to just make sure they aren't a threat to me, because they can very much be a threat. Also, we have electrified floors coming up right there. I'm just gonna kind of make sure it doesn't hit me. I'm gonna... It's fine. I'm gonna hit that while I'm here.
This is an intense level.
Alright, hopefully we did this first try. Good.
Nice! Oh my gosh.
That
was
jump
so close.
That jump is very scary. If you don't quite get it, you just kind of like bonk into the edge. And unfortunately, if that happens, you just die. The game doesn't even let you try to get out.
Yeah, it's messed up.
I have absolutely had a game over happen because of it, because I just wasn't able to get sit the landing. Also, Sparks was grabbing a butterfly, so I had to wait for that.
Jeez.
Just gonna wait out the floor so I don't take damage. I'd rather kind of preserve my health if I can. I just barely got that in time. Okay. Okay.
Oh
That's fine.
my gosh. Holding my breath. Good job.
Can we get claps in the chat for that?
That could have gone better. Oh, also, you just barely saw it. Like, you saw that little flop Cyprin just did. There you go.
Yeah.
That's the pose.
That's great. That's great. I love it. But yes, definitely claps in the chat for getting through that. But it's not over yet.
Nope, we got a couple more to deal with. Going to get these two, or rather these three, and now we're done.
Okay. Whew.
Wow, we're
My heart is
breathing a
racing.
sigh of relief. Can I nudge in here real quick?
Definitely, because I'm going to be just grabbing some more gems on the way to the next flight stage.
You got it. Right now on that Sonic 3 Angel Island Revisited bid war, Knights, Sonic Adventure, and Sonic Frontiers are all tied at $25. So the only one that hasn't gotten any love yet is Sonic 3 and Knuckles. So if you're a Sonic 3 and Knuckles person, you should probably get a donation in to support that one. Or otherwise, donate to break the tie.
I'm just for either of these, but I will say maybe break the tie. Also, this is Cletus. He's thankful, but he's gonna have to go, as he does. Okay, that was very close. He almost hit me, and that would have been mildly unfortunate. And in fact, I probably would have taken a death in Wild Flight just to get my health back. Health's not important for the flight stages, but if we do like fail for any reason, or if we even decide to just quit, it is a health refill. So we can do that. It just costs a couple seconds.
Okay, like for safety.
on that note, since we do have another flight stage, there's going to be a lot of, again, me focusing to make sure I don't take a sudden dive into the water. Definitely keep going with the donations and messages.
Absolutely. Chat, you heard me definitely when I was calling for that $65,000 milestone earlier. We are at $504 away from that milestone. That is not that much. So get those donations in and let's hit that $65,000 mark before the end of this run so that we can help support Sol and give her some hype here. I've got a $10 donation from Anonymous. No message there, but thank you so much, Anonymous. We appreciate you. And a $25 donation from Corinne. Again, no message on that, but you don't need any words. We'll say the words. Thank you, Corinne. Thank you so much.
Yes, and definitely keep it coming. It would be great to hit the milestone.
Yeah, we're so close.
A little bit careful maneuvering here. This part gets a little bit rougher. Now we have planes to deal with. We have the upper chest, but we are pretty much almost in the clear.
And assuming the purple poison isn't any better than the water before.
It's just Kool-Aid. Don't worry about it.
Oh, okay, cool.
It's just great Kool-Aid. It's fine.
Oh, okay. Well, GG's on getting through that stage.
Luckily, though, now we have Misty Bond. Misty Bond's a bit of a hard stage. There's a lot that just has to be done in it. It's a relatively big stage. It's also very few health chances to get health back. If there's any messages, you just still keep giving them because there's not a lot to go on about this stage. It's mostly going to be a lot of what's been already going on. It's Spyro. There's a lot that happens at once. In fact, just to be safe, I'm going to make sure to grab the one bit of health that I know I can get here, so I have at least a little bit to play with, because I don't like just having green bars. Oh, that's even better. That's a full heal.
Yay, let's go.
I forget how many you have to do, but if you get a certain number, that butterfly will turn blue instead. It's not only an extra life, but a full health refill. In the later Spyro games, this is actually the replacement for extra lives, instead of the little statues that you get in this game. Also, gotta be very careful with these enemies. They are very surprisingly fast and can easily get me if I'm not careful. That is weird placement. That's okay. I'm glad I got the full refill because that does mean we have a little bit more breathing room than normal.
That's nice.
And there's Roscoe. I don't remember his message. A lot of them are just thank you for releasing me in some flavor. It just kind of depends on how they're feeling.
Did you play this casually before jumping into the speedrun, or did you just go right for the speedrun? Okay.
I did this casually because up to one that was like, oh, I'm learning this for an event. No, I hadn't played it, so I made sure to do it casually first. The other two I have played them casually, but I haven't actually learned those as runs yet. But I would kind of like to. I think it'd be kind of fun.
Yeah. Not gonna lie, those
by the way, those sponsor troll are very mean. They can just kind of hit you with a tongue attack, like frame one.
I was gonna say, these warthogs look like a mean version of the one in Lion King.
Yeah, I'm surprised that there wasn't a cease and desist put out by a certain mouse-led company.
Oh, yeah.
It's fine.
My bad. I mean, the cat royalty. There we go.
There you go.
Alright, we're almost actually done with the stage now, so we're going to jump up these stumps here, going to make sure we get that. Get through these 6 enemies here. Surprisingly, if you miss any of them, you'll probably end up taking a hit for it. Make sure I grab this, so that way we're definitely good on our gem count. Again, I'm not too worried. We've been very good about it. Let me make sure I get back, because if you don't physically touch it, it's not collected.
So many gems. How many did you say you needed?
6,000 total. We're actually doing pretty good on that currently.
Yeah.
But like it looks like, oh, you don't have that many gems. It's probably going to be like really tight, and actually it is. Like for runs for me, I generally end around somewhere around 6,070 to 6,080.
Oh, cutting it close, yeah.
Like it's deliberately close, but there's enough breathing room where if I mess up something or if I just happen to miss a few here and there, it's usually not going to be a problem. Old routing I used to do is a little bit different because it used to be tighter, and thankfully it's not the case anymore, so I don't have to worry about the, oh no, I finished John Quest and I still need like 20 gems. That's happened, and it's not a fun place to be.
I'm sure. Yeah.
But Treetops is probably a very infamous stage casually. Lots of just kind of precarious platforming, lots of supercharging, just like to probably be one of the supercharge heavy stages. We're going to save Lyle real quick. Just again, we just need 2 more dragons. We're close to our 50 mark.
And you said this was your favorite stage, right?
It is, mostly because of the movement. So
I was gonna
do this. Kind of cut around here real quick.
Woo.
All right, that looks good.
Let's go. That's so fun.
And we're going to get rid of this thief, and that just is a number 25. That's a number 25, and there's a number 10. And this is probably my favorite, actually, Jet here. This one's great because he's like, they're like, this is like a really cool sight seeing you do all the supercharges, and Spyro very annoyed, and probably like kind of a accurate representation of like people doing this casually. It's like, couldn't you have picked a better spot to turn into stone?
Instead of on an island way far away. Yeah. Makes sense. Oh, I would be pretty annoyed too.
But yeah, you'll notice we already got all the dragons. We're at 49. That's actually exactly where we want to be, because our 50th will be during the Metalhead stage. That kind of kept going a little longer than I would have liked. Just gonna, that's fine though. Gonna hit this. I'm gonna just grab this just for the sake of doing it, and because I know there's probably some people that are probably just not activated with that noise.
All right, see you later, Spyro.
You can make that jump, but that jump is incredibly difficult, and I'm not sure I can do it on controller, which I am using a controller for this. There are people who play this with keyboard and mouse, or at the very least, they do supercharges with that for even faster turning. But I am not confident doing that. I don't really like trying to switch inputs mid-run, so I don't do it.
That's super fair. Is that allowed for speedrun?
It is.
Like you can go between?
It is. The game fully supports this. You can easily swap between them. The game will immediately change its input glyphs to match whatever is actually being used.
That's super nice.
But that's Treetops. It's a very wild stage. It is a very infamous stage, and once you get the hang of actually doing stuff in it, it's honestly very fun.
Yeah, I mean, it looked really fun. You make it look easy with all the zooming.
It's definitely harder than it looks.
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah.
While we're loading in, I just wanted to nudge in with a $100 donation from Pancakes. No comment on that, but Pancakes, thank you so much. We are now just about $400 away from that $65,000 milestone for this event. So if you can get your donations in before the end of this run, we're hoping to hit that milestone before Sol has to log off for the night.
True, let's do this.
Or get vaunted ahead by someone that looks like they should have been in Ape Escape. I don't know why, but in my head, it's just kind of what it reminds me of. And I haven't even played. I've never even really played those. I've only watched people run them.
Yeah.
So I'm not that familiar with, but it's like they kind of remind me of that for some reason. They're in full armor. The apes in that game, I think, just have like the helmet and like shorts.
Oh yeah, I've only seen it like once, but. Well, not cute. These enemies are not cute, no.
No, but it's sort of like the monkey around.
Yeah.
And very quickly get rid of that. Move away so they don't hit me with the banana, because I am expecting the banana, and it's not going to be a fun time if I get hit by the banana. But in fact, you'll probably notice when if the enemy does hit me, they'll actually cheer, like. But they'll hit me with the banana, and they'll be like, "Yay!" And it's.
Oh.
But they actually
taunt
you. They actually taunt you for it.
Oh man.
And by the way, there's our 50th Dragon Sadiki, and outside of the one that we have to save in the Nexus, we don't have to worry about dragons for the rest of the game.
Very nice. So is it just gems you're focusing on now then?
Yes. I'm just going to grab those real quick. Metalhead, what were you doing? Never seen. Oh, okay.
It just ran away.
No, wait. For some reason, it was just kind of like near the wall instead of immediately running, which is very unusual.
Huh.
By the way, also never happened before, if you're wondering. So if you want to keep count of things that never happened before, I think we're at 2.
Wow. You heard it here first. Never before seen footage.
Very quickly snake around, hit these, perfect. And Metalhead just kind of shuts down.
Yeah.
But you know how it is. You had a long day. You're just kind of wiped. And at the end, you just want a nap.
True, and just drop the gems. No big deal.
And then we're just going to grab these extra ones, grab this extra yellow, because that was an enemy that never actually got dealt with. And that is not it for Beastmakers, actually.
Okay.
Because we do have a few extra gems that we're going to want to grab while we're here, and we're kind of in like a good spot to actually get them. Didn't actually need that butterfly, but that's fine. I'm going to make sure, there we go. And we're just going to be a little bit careful here, just so I don't mess up again. I did have a run in uh-oh. Okay, I'm going to back this up. Okay.
Nice, back up.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come back to that real quick.
Okay.
Grab the extra life just in case I mess up again.
Does it hurt you every time you like bounce in the water?
Yes, because the water is actually damaging.
Oof.
Spyro in this game cannot swim. So if you hit the water, he just takes damage, and if you stay in there too long, he instantly dies instead of letting you jump around.
Oof. I mean, it makes sense. It's a fire type, right? Oh wait, wrong game.
Close enough.
Yeah.
But that's fine. We were able to kind of, thankfully I was able to salvage it now that I knew that was the thing that could happen.
Yeah, nice backup, nice backup. We love to see it.
Trust me, it would be very unfortunate to take a death there. Because I haven't had a checkpoint, it would send me back to the start of the hub, and I'd have to go all the way around again.
Oh my gosh, yeah, no. Whew.
But as far as Dreamweavers, we're going to be doing a little bit of running around to get, again, still more gems. We do need a little bit more, and kind of work our way to our to one of 2 stages we go to for this one. So if there's any donations, definitely feel free to gift them. As we run around this little dreamy little dreamscape here.
Yeah, such a pretty level.
Absolutely. I've got a $50 donation from Anonymous. They don't have any comment, but Anonymous, I do want to point out, with that $50 donation, you have been automatically entered to win some of our fabulous day prizes for today, including that $50 minimum donation Kingdom Hearts Reflection Tapestry, the $25 minimum donation Jigglypuff Amigurumi, and the $25 iMessenger bag in case you love your Fatals memes and you want to carry around a bag with eyes all over it. It's incredible. These prizes are only through the end of the day today, so be sure to get in those donations. We are super close, y'all, to that $65,000 mark, and I would love to hit it before the end of the night.
Yeah, we don't have that much left of the run, so if you want to hit that milestone, you might want to get that in sooner rather than later. Okay, they did hit me. That's fine. It's not a big deal. We still have green sparks. I'm not really too worried. In fact, honestly, health should be fine.
And nice for shots, by the way.
Yeah, those shots are surprisingly hard to line up. Like nudging that thing is very. For those, they're basically very small targets, so it's very easy to overcorrect and either hit the one you just hit again, or hit the wall and hit nothing at all because of it.
And they come back to bigger size right after that, right?
Yeah, they revert if that happens. They one shot makes them small, one shot makes them big.
Okay. Well, GG's on
but
that.
this is our final flight stage, and this is probably one of the hardest ones. So definitely keep the messages coming if there's any.
Absolutely. Just as an update, I had to do some quick post math. Not my strong suit, but you know, we're $354 away from that $65,000 milestone. That is so close, y'all. So close.
Come on, I know y'all can do it.
Yeah, we can absolutely do it. Twitch chat, I believe in you. Let's get it done. And I also wanted to update you on that soundtrack bid war for Sonic 3 Angel Island Revisited. Sonic Adventure has pulled away in front, $125 versus Knights and Frontiers tied for second with $25 each. Y'all, if you want to hear something other than Sonic Adventure, you better get those donations in.
Or if you want Sonic Adventure, keep putting them in for that, because SA1 has a good soundtrack.
Yeah, lots of great bops on that one. Honestly, the Sonic and the soundtracks in general are fantastic.
Oh yeah, huge bops. Love them.
Honestly, outside maybe a couple, I can't really name like a lot in the way of like bad Sonic soundtracks.
Yeah.
I mean, and furthermore, any of your donations, no matter which soundtrack you put them towards, all of those dollars go to Malala Fund, which is an incredibly important charity, and we are so excited to be here to support them.
Exactly.
Yes. So close to 65,000. Let's get it in.
Yeah, we're actually fine on gems. So we're gonna have 6748 when we enter the Jock Quest fight. We did way more than we actually are going to need here. We ended up getting about 300 or so.
Oh, wow.
And we need maybe 250.
Wow. Okay. Very nice. Yeah, you're so close.
Yeah, so the gems I missed back in Alpine Ridge, not even a factor.
Yeah, the ones that just disappeared.
the ones that just, those chests, I don't know. Those chests are probably still falling to this day.
Well, like that trick you did at the beginning of the run, I remember seeing that in practice, and
it is very funny when it happens.
Yeah.
I know there were messages in chat about Spyro going orange as it's been put, and it's because like it's basically in a sunset sky, so it's like an orange, you know. It's an orange kind of outline, but also when you can fall through the floor in that if you go out of bounds enough. And if you do that, the area itself is just orange.
Oh well,
it's just orange. The funnier part to this is another viewer in my chat making this joke, and then finally decided to play Spyro Orange, knowing it's a game. Did not have the best of times, and was pretty much just like, I don't want to make that joke anymore.
You know.
By the way, that's the Jock Quest fight.
Very nice.
He pretty much is like a Jack in a Box sort of thing. Just kind of laughs at you. Actually throws boxes at you if you wait long enough.
Are you ready?
Thankfully, we don't wait long enough for that to happen.
Of course not. It's a speed run.
But we're just about to the end here. We do have one more dragon we're going to save once we enter this. Again, we do have to save one so we can actually access the final boss when we get through 2 of the stages. This is actually a very small hub. So there's not a ton that really goes on until I get into North Cove. If you got any messages, feel free to dip them. Really, we don't have a whole lot that we need to worry about here. It's pretty much going to be get to the end of the stage, get to the vortex, and we're done. In fact, these are the only stages where we actually need to go to the vortex.
Absolutely. I've got two $25 donations from Anonymous, neither of which has a comment. But Anonymous, thank you both. Or thank you, singular. I have no way of knowing you're anonymous.
Yes.
So I've noticed you have 51 dragons. So you have to get 50 before getting to the stage to get the 51st one.
Yes.
Okay.
We need 50 so we can get the Dreamweavers, and then we save that one so we can actually fight Nasty North when we get to that one. Which we'll get there after we clear both of these, so there's only 4 stages, and the 4th one is unlocked only if we have everything else in the game at that point, like all the gems, all the dragons, all the eggs. It is very much like the 100% bonus. It actually even counts towards percentage, funny enough. So the max percentage for the game isn't 100%, it's 120%.
Oh, classic.
So like completionist categories are actually 120%. Unfortunately not a category I know, but it is every bit. Okay, that was a thing.
Yeah, I feel like 120% was very common for games at this age.
I don't know if there's I don't know if there's a help button. I'm gonna have to figure out another way to do this. I think I know what I can do. Yeah, I'm gonna kind of come down here briefly and do it this way then. Not what I would like to do, but there is a whirlwind at the end. Oh, there's not a whirlwind in this. Okay, that's fine. We'll do what I can do now. So I'm gonna just come up here. I'm gonna make sure I get rid of these. This is what we call on the fly rerouting.
Oh yeah.
But we're fine now.
Oh, nice.
Alternately, I could have just taken a death. I would have gone back to checkpoint at full health. That was also a consideration. Okay. But it would have meant I would have had to save the dragon to do that.
That makes sense. Rerouting though, that's just part of the name of the game. Or like routing.
Honestly, it could have been way worse. Because if I didn't get a checkpoint there, I would have gone back to the start of the stage and I would have had to do the whole thing over.
Oof. Yeah.
Same for this one, actually. So I'm going to focus. If you got any messages, definitely give them because I'm going to make sure I don't mess up here.
You got it. We are down to just $304 away from that $65,000 milestone, thanks in part to this $50 donation from Anonymous with no comment. But thank you so much, Anonymous, for making that donation. Remember, every dollar you donate at gamesdonequick.com/donate goes directly to Malala Fund and their critically important mission of helping girls to learn all over the world. So get in those donations. Let's hit that $65,000 milestone before the end of this run. You only have about, 10 minutes or so?
Not even that. Like maybe a few minutes. Maybe a couple minutes.
I believe in you, chat. I know you can get it done.
Very happy with how that went. That thing can very easily go wrong very quickly if I'm not careful.
Yeah, big GGs.
I have absolutely had it where I've been hit with like one of the last enemies. They hit me, I get flung into the water, and then if I hit in the right way, I actually die. I can't actually do anything about it.
Yeah, that was incredible.
In, like very quick succession.
That was incredible movement too, of like you knowing exactly when to jump over the paint, like the Splatoon style.
It's such a satisfying stage when you get it right, but when you mess it up, it's very disheartening.
I'm sure. So claps in chat for that.
Yeah, so this is final boss. We have to hit him twice, so time won't be until second hit. Good, we got that key first try. That's very nice. These can be a little bit rough sometimes. This one's a lot generally easier for me, so it shouldn't be too bad. I'm gonna just kind of there it is. Good. So we have to get those, and then we can unlock this platform here. And then he's gonna start running because he knows what's about to happen, and he's not gonna want any part of it. So he's running. He's gone. He's booking it.
See you later. I mean, I would run from Spyro too. He's pretty fierce. But
why? Spyro's like a dragon cat thing.
You're right.
Why
However,
friend-shaped if not friend?
that's true. That's true. You're right.
All right, if I've done this right, we should hit first hit. Good. We don't have to do another loop. If you're too slow, he will actually run again. You'll have to do the whole loop a second time. It loses like 30 seconds. Each time
That's
he does
never happened
it.
to you, right?
We don't want to talk about that.
Fair enough.
But time is actually coming up very shortly. As soon as I did this hit in time.
Woo! Let's go! GG's!
Let's go.
And that is how to toast Nord in under an hour.
GG.
By the way, there's like a whole thing, little like interview thing that happens after that. But we're not actually done. The whole credits thing. And I will just show this to show the ending time. If you're on console, this is actually what you would go by. For the PC the PC version, it goes by loadless time instead. The loadless time, I don't know what, I think RTA for me is showing like 59 minutes. I don't know if that's close to what is showing for them. But for loadless, that's like a 43. It's like a mid 43. It's a very
nice.
It's a very fun run. I do want to give a shout out to Toasted Cat, the person who ended up being why I ended up learning this. They submitted to a marathon. That marathon had a whole thing where the runs get re-rolled and somebody else gets it, and I'm the one who got it. So that's why I had to learn it, and it was very fun to learn this run. I can't wait to learn the other two at some point. Anyways, real quick, if you want to see more of what I do, twitch.tv/BeamQueenSol. I do platformers like this. I actually focus more on Kirby, and in fact, you will see a Kirby thing tomorrow. So hope to see you for that. But I do dabble in other things, so if you'd like, if any of that sounds good, or heck, you just like the cute thing on the screen, feel free to follow. I'd be happy to see you. But with that said, Turp, what about you? Where can people find you?
Yeah, just want to say incredible run. You can find me twitch.tv/terpretor. I have a Stardew run with 3 other gamers on Saturday. And yeah, keep supporting Flame Fatales and the Malala Fund. Thank you so much, Sol, for having me. You did incredible.
Nasty's ancient history now. So
But
what's in there?
yeah,
I think
we're good here. We hope y'all enjoyed day 5. Hope y'all enjoyed the remaining days of the event. I know day 6 and 7 are going to be even better.